Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, want to thank this institution for having the courage to bring this bill to the floor here, and I have confidence we'll take it to the governor's desk, and obviously the amazing author of this legislation and all the work and the diligence that she's put into it to get this done, and really appreciate everybody for that. But in some ways, I feel like if the bill as introduced was brought to the floor, it would have passed. I believe the majority of Californians would not even blink at the thought of penalizing people that are looking to purchase children for sex. But this measure, through the process that we have, the deliberative process, it has changed. It's a great bill in the right direction. And to this day, there's opposition to this measure. Mr. Speaker, would you mind if permission to read?
Without objection.
In one of the opposition letters, it states, SB 1414 will provide for an alternative felony or misdemeanor at the prosecutor's discretion. A second conviction would be a felony punishable by up to 3 years in jail. There are people that oppose that. On the second conviction, that you would spend up to 3 years in jail. I can think of a lot worse things that those people can get than 3 years in jail. And I believe the majority of Californians would lock them up for a lot longer than 3 years. But that is the kind of thing we have to do. Republicans, look, I was around here, as I referenced earlier, I was around here at a time where I would admit Republicans did have a propensity to pass legislation that put people in prison for low-level offenses when really they needed rehabilitation, small drug crimes, things like that. But that is not the case anymore. We're trying to put people in prison that, in this bill, not after one, but after the second offense, are trying to purchase children for sex. And there's opposition to that. This is not in line with what Californians want, and this is not this penalty here that these people oppose. We know it should be stronger than this. And this bill is supportable because we have to do more than what we're doing right now. But it is just mind-boggling. In the halls of power in the state of California, in our legislature, the influential parties are opposed to putting people on their second offense in jail for 3 years. That is crazy talk. And so I proudly support this measure because these people that are involved in this disgusting crime deserve to spend 3 years, multiples of 3 years, by the way, but we got to make sure that they are held accountable for their actions and damaging the lives of our children forever. It's not a 3-year consequence for the child. It is a lifetime penalty for them. And I agree with my colleague who spoke earlier. We need to do a lot more to help them for the rest of their lives. But what we can do by passing this measure is ensure accountability for the people who are perpetuating this disgusting crime. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.